it's Thursday and I will get right into the video because, as you know, in 2020 I started this thing where I started book journaling, and I have a monthly summary sheet where I put the favorite quotes of the month. I actually wanted to look through all of them and only pick the ones that I really like best, but that takes so long and it is a stressful time. So I will just start with January and read as many of my monthly favorite quotes as possible, and we'll see how far we get, and maybe whenever I don't have another video idea I will just do a part 2. Jealousy is a strange transformer of characters. We can't command our love, but we can our actions. This is by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Next quotes are by John Green, all of them. A lot of times people die how they live, and so last words tell me a lot about who people were. Last words are always harder to remember when no one knows that someone is about to die. Everything that comes together falls apart. When you stop wishing things wouldn't fall apart, you'd stop suffering when they did. Anybody can look at you. It's quite rare to find someone who sees the world you see. I is the hardest word to define. Maybe you are what you can't not be. Reading someone's poetry is like seeing them naked. You do belong to yourself, even if your thoughts don't. Maybe we invented metaphor as a response to pain. Then we have the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another by William James. In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Robert Frost. Even the silence has a story to tell you. Jacqueline Woodson. The world is a globe. The farther you sail, the closer to home you are. Terry Pratchett. Life is so much more accidental than any of us like to imagine. There are some people who just lose control and hurt people in the process. I feel as though the cardboard box of my own reality has been flattened and blown open. Now I can see the edge of the world. Tom Hiddleston. I enjoyed hearing him think. There is not an expiration date on needing help or needing people. You don't get to a certain age and it stops. Hanya Yanagihara. For a while, these reveries provided an outlet for his imagination. They were a satisfactory hint of the unreality of reality, a promise that the rock of the world was founded securely on a fairy's wing. Let us learn to show our friendship for a man when he is alive, not after he is dead. These were both by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And now we're coming to 2 of my favorite books I have ever read in my whole life. And there were quotes like, "Parents can only be as happy as their unhappiest child. Insanity is the insistence on meaning. There is much good, but to enjoy the beauty, the love, one must bear the painful. Though it is not a solution, openness is a relief." These were quotes by David Sheff. And then there's the book of his son, and he said things like, "I felt like everyone else had gotten this instruction manual that explained life to them, but somehow I just missed it. Or maybe that's just me comparing my goddamn insides to everyone else's outsides. As long as you look for someone else to validate who you are by seeking their approval, you are setting yourself up for disaster. It's like if the music is loud enough, I won't be able to listen to my own thoughts." This was by Nick Sheff. Then we have "That which doesn't kill us makes us stronger." And no, it's not a pop song, it is by Nietzsche. "How can I go forward when I don't know which way I'm facing? Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans," which is obviously both by John Lennon. "There is great need in all of us to be accepted, but you must trust what is unique or different about yourself, even if it is odd or unpopular. You must strive to find your own voice, and the longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all." This is by N.H. Kleinbaum. And the German quotes I just won't read, because then we have more time for the English ones. I have 2 quotes from The Catcher in the Rye, so by J.D. Salinger, and these are, "What really knocks me out is a book that, when you're all done reading it, you wish the author that wrote it was a terrific friend of yours and you could call him up on the phone whenever you feel like it. The mark of the immature man is that he wants to die nobly for a cause, while the mark of the mature man is that he wants to live humbly for one." Then we have, "Death exists not as the opposite, but as part of life. People are strange when you're a stranger. Self and others are separate." These were all by Haruki Murakami. It seemed like one should try to make the world a better place, because the inverse makes no sense. Good ideas are always crazy until they're not. Ashley Vance? If anything, his personality seemed like something external to himself, managed by the opinions of others rather than anything he individually produced. It feels powerful to him to put an experience down in words, like he's trapping it in a jar and it can never fully leave him. Life is the thing you bring with you inside your own head. This was all by Sally Rooney. So that's it. I will do a part 2, and I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you again on New Year's Eve.